They say success begins with understanding others, but what if your judgment blinds you first? The bus screeched to a stop, its doors opening with a loud creak. The air inside was thick with the smell of rain and damp clothes. Among the passengers was Rohan, a well-dressed businessman who prided himself on being a good judge of character. He believed he could tell everything about a person just by looking at them. His eyes scanned the other riders, a young mother trying to calm her crying baby, a group of laughing college students, and an old man in worn-out clothes who smelled of tobacco. Rohan frowned and moved away slightly. Probably some homeless man wasting his money on cigarettes, he thought. Then an elderly woman with a walking stick stepped onto the bus. She held onto the railing with shaky hands. The bus was packed and no one offered her a seat. Not the students busy on their phones, not the mother distracted by her child. No one cares anymore, Rohan thought, shaking his head in disapproval. Suddenly, the old man in the shabby coat stood up. "Here, ma'am," he said softly, guiding her to his seat. Rohan rolled his eyes, trying to look good in front of everyone. But then the old man lost his balance as the bus jerked forward. His sleeve slipped back, revealing a hospital wristband. The woman gasped, "Sir, you're sick. You shouldn't have—" The man smiled weakly. "It's nothing serious. You needed to sit more than I did." Rohan's stomach tightened. At the next stop, the old man got off, coughing into his hand. Something inside Rohan made him follow. "Excuse me," he called out. The man turned, his eyes tired but warm. Rohan hesitated. "That was kind of you back there." The old man chuckled. "Young man, the world needs more small acts of kindness." He paused, then added, "When you get to my age, you stop worrying about who deserves help and who doesn't." Rohan frowned. "What do you mean?" The man sighed. "I was a doctor, 40 years of treating people, rich, poor, addicts, heroes. You learn one thing. Everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about." He touched his chest. "This cough? It's terminal. But that woman, her only son died in a car crash yesterday. I recognized her from the news." Rohan's heart dropped. He gave her his seat, knowing he might never need it again. The words hit Rohan like a punch. How many people had he misjudged? The lazy co-worker who was struggling with grief. The rude waiter who was working 3 jobs to pay for his sister's medicine. Even the reckless driver who cut him off last week. What if they were rushing to the hospital? His throat tightened. His whole life he had prided himself on his quick judgments, thinking they made him smart. But really they had just made him cold. That night, Rohan did something he never had before. He bought dinner for a homeless man near his office, not out of pity, but because he finally understood. You never know someone's full story. The next day, he apologized to his assistant for being harsh during a meeting. He even offered to help a new intern instead of assuming he was clueless. Slowly, the weight of his own judgments began to lift. We live in a world that teaches us to judge quickly, to label people at first glance. But the truth is, every person is fighting a battle you can't see, and kindness is the only response that ever matters. That bus ride taught Rohan. Judgment closes doors. Assumptions cut us off from understanding others. Compassion opens hearts. The wisest thing we can say is, "I don't know your struggles, but I'm here." Change starts small. A seat given, a harsh word swallowed, a hand extended without conditions. Next time you're about to judge someone, lazy, rude, selfish, stop. Take a breath. Ask yourself, what if there's more to their story? Because the biggest mistake isn't being wrong, it's refusing to see beyond our own biases. Look closer, listen better, and remember, Even an ordinary bus ride can teach an extraordinary lesson if we're willing to learn. Be kind, always. You never know what someone else is going through. If you like this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.